Today on the channel, we do some old school page punching with a little Superman McFarlane toys.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another DC McFarlane Toys unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got a different version of Superman. But for all your Superman needs and a whole lot more, make sure you're hitting up Entertainment Earth. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10% on in-stock items. Anything over $79 does ship free. Got to get a deal out there. And Todd, quit interrupting. I'm trying to talk. Todd says, go to the McFarlane Toys website. Well, there's no discount code over there that's any good. Well, I like the free shipping. I like the 10% off. Yes, you got MTS 10 or whatever. You get 10% off, but I like that free shipping in Entertainment Earth. Todd, get me a code and we'll talk. We'll talk. But Todd here today, once again on the couch, and we do got Superman, a different version of Superman, one I am definitely not familiar with, but I like a cool toy, and I'm a sucker for a new figure, and that's where I picked this Superman up. And of course, we're going to do this Superman unboxing like we do all the other unboxings on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging, we're going to talk about it, we're going to unbox it, we're going to talk about it, we're going to see where it goes from there. Very interesting. I've never really understood, I guess it is the comic book being added to the collection here that makes this packaging different. I guess it has the hard plastic around it to protect the comic book. It's the only thing I can really think of, because usually the DC Multiverse figures are in more traditional style packaging. These are extremely hard to get out of the package. You'll never see a figure swap with anything with these. But definitely an interesting packaging design, but very hard to get out of the package. It's a nightmare when you're a little kid and you're in the back seat. You got this at a Target on a Friday night and you're wanting to open this up in the back seat. It's not happening unless your dad's got a blade on him or something like that. You're just stuck looking at the packaging until you get home. Always a perilous drive, as we do know. Full of peril. That's what it is. But Superman looking interesting here. Looks like he's got a soft, good cape. Looking a little bit like a machine as well. DC Direct down there. Includes comic book. We'll dive into that here shortly. And then on the back, Ghosts of Krypton. Forgot to mention, 12 and up, 11-year-olds, you know what to do. Go play in the street or something. It's too dangerous for you. Go somewhere safe like the street. But I'm going to take the Superman out of the package. We'll be back talking all things Superman. All right, we got this wacky and wild Superman out of the package here. And Todd, this is the ultimate rib in the packaging here. The hardest packaging to unbox. Had to get the scissors, had to get the blade out to take care of it. Got it out of there. But then, of course, Superman, twist ties on each arm, twist ties on the leg, twist ties around the waist. Who do you think's trying to get into this? You want this to be the most on-card figure of all time, really putting up a physical challenge. And if Mark Summers was here, he'd tell us all about the physical challenge. But a very difficult unboxing, took absolutely forever. Man, oh man, a wild time. Wild time, I guess all I can say is power moves from the couch, Todd. Power moves from the couch. DC McFarlane staying, seen it before, seen it again. Of course, you get a card here. Maybe we'll get down to business. What's going on with this one here? Let's see. Real name, Kal-El. Haunted by the vision of a spectral General Zod. I'm still on the lookout for that figure. Seeking salvation, Superman embarks on a perilous journey into the Phantom Zone. Oh, one of the worst zones, if you ask me. Where Kal-El discovers an army of deadly Brainiac drones. Superman soon learns that Val Zod, the Superman of Earth 2, has also been lured to the zone by ghosts from the past. Although powerless in the Phantom Zone, the Men of Steel, donning protective Kryptonian armor suits, vow to vanquish Brainiac and the menacing mechanical army. So Todd, got to give you props where props are due. I'm glad it explained a little bit of the story right here, because I'm like, what is going on with this Superman? He had no powers. He got a little mechanical suit. Same thing with Earth 2 Superman. We'll unbox those in a separate video. Now we do get the comic book here. It says issue 1 of 4. So obviously you collect all these. You get all 4 of them. Completes the story, all that kind of fun stuff. I will say, I can't smell the best, but man, this whole package, everything, man, it just smells like a Chinese factory is what it feels like, or smells like, more like it. Just wild times. Once again, power moves from the couch, giving that China smell in your own house there. Shout out to China. There it is. But now we got Superman out of the package. Like I said, not like any Superman I've ever seen before, but he's got his mechanical suit on, and it feels like a lot of work to wear a suit like this. Couldn't they be a little bit more compact? Couldn't they be a little bit more together? It is what it is. We've got the big shoulder gauntlets over here. almost looking like heads of animals, and you got horns sticking out, just absolutely wild, all attached to this big over vest here with the Superman logo in the front with a lot of recycled material. Looks like you went to a junkyard and got a bunch of pieces or something, but this does pull off, so you can remove that if you want to. Then he's looking a little bit more Superman-like with the big S on his chest, of course, that we're used to. Now his head, he looks like a young Hannibal Lecter going on here. He's got a mask around his face. Gets protected himself so he can breathe. I believe you should be able to probably take the head off. I don't know if I can get it off here. Oh, not going to pull off right here. But I believe you could slip that mask off if you do grab the head off. You can choose your own adventure on that one there. But I kind of like him looking a little bit like Hannibal Lecter. It almost looks like he's got a big scar over his face as well. So Superman getting a little battle wounds going on. Black hair, of course, like we're used to with Superman, a little bit of a curl in the front. Absolutely love the soft goods cape. Todd, you're giving us a little bit more soft good capes. I've been preaching it for the last year or so. Good to see you finally coming around. We're also seeing a lot of wired capes, which you know I'm here for a good wired cape. This one, just a plain Jane red cape, no S on the back, anything like that. But looks nice in the soft goods, I will say. You do get the, of course, blue suit throughout on this Superman. Looking a little bit big, looking a little giant in the Superman department. Got these big old, one's almost like a dagger on the side here. This one's almost like a big hammer pounder here. So I guess he has no powers. He's going to use this as his weapons in this new world he's in. He does get a little bit of an iron, steel, rubber diaper protector nut cup combination going on here as well. So looking very interesting. And then, of course, I'm sure he reached out to Terry Steinbach. These do look like Terry Steinbach. We don't talk about it very often, but he was a member of the Minnesota Twins. And, of course, Minnesota boy, we won't hold that against him or anything. But he does have shin guards here like a young Terry Steinbach that I believe he got these from Terry during his Twins time frame in the red color here. Got some spikes on there because you know he really means business, old Superman. And then you get the boots down here with spikes on them as well. Usual McFarlane articulation on this one. Arms go around, little butterfly action, little bicep cut, double jointed elbow, hands a little back and forth. A little action there with those going on. You get the hula hoop, of course, head back, not really any up and down, not really much back and forth either on the head on this one. You do get a traditional waist on top of the hula hoop. You got those Superman splits. You got those, of course. Leg does bend. Double jointed knees, very sharp. That's where the 11-year-olds can't mess around. Little sharp pieces on here. Boots back and forth, side to side. Of course, that McFarlane toe articulation. We love it after all these years. We know how that goes. And I'm sure he'll fit on this McFarlane stand perfectly. Oh my gosh, very tight. But what do you know? He does fit. He is ready to take on the world like a young man of war. That's what he's ready for. He's going to take on the world. But there it is. Superman, an interesting one if there ever was one. An interesting line. We got more to unbox from this line. I'm not 100% sold yet. However, you put them all together. You have it a little corner of your shelf on your collection. Maybe these things will change the world after all. And they might look a little bit better all together. Because if you're looking at this just as a straight up Superman, it looks a little different without the other guys flanking him, I think, at least in my opinion. And of course, got to read the comic book as well, so I can find out more about these Ghosts of Krypton. Nobody likes Ghosts, unless you do, or maybe you like the band. You guys shout out them in the comments, of course, as well. But there's old Superman. What are your thoughts? A pickup, a pass? Is this the hardest action figure to ever unbox? Very well could be. Definitely a top fiver, no doubt about it. But let me know your thoughts on this Superman figure in the comments down below. Of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bells. We got videos every single day and then some. We got even more content, of course, over on Patreon. Your best way to support this channel. We got early access to everything. You get monthly Q&As, monthly giveaways. You get all the glamour shot images, pizza reviews, dog stuff, you name it. Patreon's the place to be. You can also support channelprowrestlingtees.com, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, the complete guide to Jakks Classic Superstar series by yours truly, just shy of 700 pages. Appreciate the support over there. And then, of course, don't forget social media. SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, and on Instagram. So for the mighty Superman, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.